All of our lives start like this, of like me being like, is it working? Okay.
Yeah. We live?
We're live.
Oh, okay. So, sorry, we were enjoying a little bit of the music. We're going to be talking about a little bit later on. So,
but we'll give everyone a couple minutes to come in, join us. In the meantime, while we jam to some music, let's turn it down a little bit. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead, share it to your friends for another Saturday morning Facebook Live with your friendly clandestino providers. Crystal Rivera, Angel Rivera, father-daughter duo of Puerto Rico Distillery. And today we are going to be talking about a new release that we have going on. Very excited to discuss a CD project that we have, and this is going to be coming to a local distillery near you.
Yes, it's already there.
Yeah.
We got it yesterday.
So to give you, there's a whole backstory behind this, and for the sake of, keeping things clear, we're going to be wearing our PRD hats for this conversation, even though we are also part of the CP family,
yes.
Cultura Plenera. And we'll be bringing Melanie, even though she's also part of the PRD family, she's gonna be wearing her CP hat. But a little housekeeping before I bring Mela from backstage. Usual, you can find us at 1341 Hughes Ford Road in Frederick, Maryland, Suite 113A, as in Apple. The A is important because the GPS is a little wonky. We're so clandestino that even GPSs don't know exactly where we are.
Yes, yes.
So you can find us on the side of the building that is facing the airport. It'll get you almost there, but it'll take you to the wrong side of the building.
If you see Camp Bow Wow,
go to the other side.
You're on the wrong side of the building.
Drop off your puppy.
Yes.
Come by us.
Yes.
And you can find us on social media, Puerto Rico Distillery on Facebook,
yep.
At Puerto Rico Distillery on Instagram, PR Distillery on Twitter. Always tag us whenever you're doing your posts, and you can, tag anything to get our attention with hashtag PRDMD. Anything else that I missed, housekeeping wise?
Yeah, so some product updates, some suggestions we've gotten from you guys. We have 6 flavors out, and we have gotten a lot of positive feedback on the caneca, the flask that we released, Coco Chai, for the holidays. So we are working on releasing all our flavors in caneca sizes and flasks.
Yeah, 200 milliliter flask size that you can, build a gift set if you want, or just like stocking stuffers.
Put it in your pocket wherever you're going. Always have that clandestino with you.
Yeah, be that friend that has a little something special to surprise people with.
Perfect. I think that's mostly it. So the big update is the CD. So we're going to start now. We are going to bring on Melanie Rivera, who is the current president of Cultura Plenera. Cultura Plenera is a nonprofit in the Maryland DMV area.
Turn your screen, Mela.
Yeah, Mela, you're sideways. There you go.
So sorry, guys.
She is always so cool and different. So Cultura Plenera is actually the winner of the Maryland State's Arts Council 2019 Traditions Heritage Award. What that means is that from 2019 on, Bomba en Plena is officially recognized by the state of Maryland as practices, musical and cultural practices of the state of Maryland, which is very cool, right? To actually recognize that we are here living our lives, contributing to society, opening businesses, working like Melanie is for the Social Security Administration.
We're everywhere.
We're doing a lot of great things, but we're also bringing with us our culture, our traditions, and the state of Maryland is not only welcoming us as individuals that are working, but also as individuals that have a culture and a legacy that we are still practicing. So I will stop there. and have Melanie introduce herself.
Thank you, guys. I'm so sorry. Right before you called me in, like my whole setting just fell. So I didn't know which way was the correct one. Thank you so much for inviting me to this beautiful project that Puerto Rico Distillery is actually hosting. My name is Melanie Rivera, like you guys said. I am president of Cultura Plenera. And Cultura Plenera is a nonprofit organization that builds community through the DMV area, Maryland, Washington, D.C., Virginia, but we're not limited to that. We have a pipeline going on through the United States and Puerto Rico, and we do it through the Bomba en Plena Music Puerto Rico.
Okay, so who is part of Cultura Plenera? You know, you're obviously the person in charge. So can you talk a little bit about the organization? Who's part of it? Who does what? Kind of how it's broken down?
Okay, well, Cultura Plenera is composed of members that are really close. It all started with like family, right? Los Riveras, founded back in 2012 officially, but unofficially in 2011. And they started this just friendship circle where everyone had a common denominator, right? Which was just like sharing times with family, and that's what and friends, and that's what it's actually Cultura Plenera. Cultura Plenera's family is composed of really good friends that we've loved to build relationships within the DMV area in the United States, Maryland, Washington, D.C., and Virginia. Right now we have about 21 members. Which of those we also have a board that is pretty much the entire organization, because we work like that. So they're just like friends, family, close people that we bond with, and we have made all this great community, family-driven organization to build relationships around not only in the United States, but also in Puerto Rico.
So you talked a little bit about the mission. Can you elaborate? You said community building. So how do you guys do that?
Community building? Well, it's pretty much just like anywhere one or more of us are actually in, that's where we start building community. So we do, Cultura Plenera, it embraces and are proud of 3 programs that we have so far. The first one, we build community in private events, performances, public events, such as like birthdays, weddings, and all that, through Los Hijos de Plena, which are Cultura Plenera is home of Los Hijos de Plena, which is the Puerto Rican Bomba en Plena ensemble. Also members of Cultura Plenera. So see how we're building all this empire, just like within friends and family. And these performances and private events are the source of revenue for Cultura Plenera. We also have another program that's actually educational, because we are proud of saying that we want to take our culture, Puerto Rican culture, and be able to share it and do a cultural exchange with the entire community here in the United States, especially in the DMV area. So we have what's called Popurrí Cultural. There's actually the cultural educational workshops, classes for adults and for kids. We have proudly joined forces with Sandy Spring Museum. They've been really, really good to us. And that's where we host our Popurrí Cultural in Sandy Spring, Maryland. And we have our 3rd program that's actually one of our biggest thing that we do is actually we host as Cultura Plenera, we host events for the public, like Fiesta Boricua. I believe we did Fiesta Boricua for a good 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. And it's literally a Fiesta Boricua is a huge event in a convention center where we bring artists from the diaspora, like New York, and also from Puerto Rico. And we try to bring all this cultural richness to us here in the United States, in the DMV area, to just enjoy with friends and family. And so it's not only like sometimes some of us don't have the opportunity to constantly be going to the island to be able to enrich ourselves. So that's how Cultura Plenera creates this space. So we're not like, not left out, but missing out of things. We have brought in La Máquina Insular 2 times. That's the director is Tito Matos in Santurce, and also co-founder of La Goico as well, that we've also joined forces and help out there. Los Pleneros de la Cresta, La R, Son del Batey, Cajadura con Joseito, Víctor Vélez, Los Hijos de Plena, of course, Leroy Martínez Rodán con Boricua Soy, Kili Viales con Boricua de Mayagüez, Fernando Mercado, Yagüenbet de Mayagüez, Los Redobles de Cultura, we can definitely not miss them out. All of them are family, and that's part of our diaspora pipeline over there in the United States. So shout out to them as well. Y Plena Libre. So all these artists we've brought in, we have sponsored them to come over here to the DMV area and share this cultural richness, beauty of what Puerto Rico is. And we are so proud that we've been able to not only create these spaces here in the United States in the diaspora, but also build relationships, quality relationship with these folks. They have not only been sponsored just to come here and play and let us enjoy of their artistry, but also we've built friendships with them to the point where we consider them our mentors over here and guidance.
Some huge names, but like not only in the bomba and plena world, but like they're all like huge hearts. And when they come, it's like a whole like family experience. And many times at the CP, and I say CP for short, Cultura Plenera, the CP events, I hear from people that I may be meeting for the first time or that I've seen in other events before, but that it's there's something special about those events where it's like a taste of home,
right.
And that's beautiful.
So
it is definitely.
Yes. So something for those that might not be familiar with the bomba and plena traditions is that they are oral traditions, right? They are traditions that get passed by master practitioners to people that are learning or interested in it like us. So I just wanted to elaborate on that a little bit, because that is kind of what happens when these masters come to the DMV and share their music with us.
Before we get too far, I do want to say that we have some people from CP that are tuning in. So Joelo and Christian tuning in from Cuba wants, definitely wants to know, #1 fan. And just a lot of love being shared. So keep it coming.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
West Virginia.
Awesome.
Absolutely. So to continue, right? So when these folks come, we try to take advantage of the fact that they have so much talent and knowledge and willingness to share that.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of, for example, the program that Melanie mentioned, educational, we not only bring them for those events, but they often come and actually participate in those workshops,
which is huge.
Which is we appreciate it. We benefit. Los Hijos de Plena benefit. Cultura Plenera benefits, and then we open it up to the community as well. I also wanted to mention real quick, right? So I think the groups that you mentioned are the ones that we had enough space to put them on the CD, but there's 3 groups that I did want to mention. They are mentioned in the CD. There's a shout out to them, which are Quinto Sono, from our good friends up in New York. Right, and also Plena Sin Frontera, which also participated in La Fiesta Boricua, and Yerba Buena from El Maestro Tato that also came to the D&D. We didn't have enough space to put them all on the CD, but we wanted to appreciate and thank them for their contribution. So there's an honorable mention in the.
We'll have to do a volume
CD.
2.
We will definitely have to do.
Absolutely. I mean, mira, hay espacio para volume 2, volume 3, volume 4. There's a lot of richness going on, especially now during the pandemic, that everything has been in pause, and the artist family is actually hurting because they feed off of public events, right? And due to COVID, they haven't been able to get revenues, make sure that, because they do this for a living. And I wanted to piggyback on what you mentioned, Cristal, about the taste of home when we do these events. And we're, like I said before, we're not sponsoring them just to come here and perform and then leave. Yeah. We literally like plan events throughout the week. We bring them a week before, a couple days before the event, and we plan everything, activities with CP members, and we really bond. And these artists that we mentioned here today are not only super talented, humble, focused people to give out to the community and our culture and remaining and making history for newer generations, but also people that are family, that live off this, and that we definitely have to make sure that we take care of them in whatever way possible that we can. And that's what Cultura Plenera does. I just wanted to reinforce that message, that we're super thankful, that we consider them, we have a lot of respect for them, that we care for them, that we're here building more and more and more great memories, but also making sure that we focus in this mission to share our Puerto Rican knowledge, Puerto Rican heritage with not only Puerto Ricans, but with everyone, because we are an inclusive nonprofit organization.
Yeah, these practitioners are, in my mind, the flame keepers of what makes, Puerto Rico special. And without them carrying on and taking on the burden and the work of making sure that things aren't forgotten, that these oral traditions and histories aren't forgotten, we would lose it. So that's something that we see with CP, we also see with PRD, Puerto Rico Distillery, is that taste of home. When we started the distillery, we were thinking, what are the pillars that we stand for? Family, culture, tradition. And the thing to be said for Cultura Plenera, in the distillery, that vehicle is Pitorro. In CP, that vehicle is Bomba en Plena.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And they go together. Bomba en Plena and Pitorro, they just
look. I'm not kidding. I put some of my coffee.
Looking a little low there.
Well, she's in North Carolina, so
yes, restock.
PRD down there. So I want to, before we start talking about the CD and what's on there, you mentioned something that I think is really important that I want to elaborate a little bit, right? So you mentioned Sandy Spring as a valued partner. That's where we're actually holding our Bomba en Plena en el Museo events. We also have partnerships with vendors, with artisans, that actually really brings to life the events that that Cultura Plenera holds, where when you go to these events, it almost feels like you took a couple of steps, and even though you're in Maryland, you stepped into Puerto Rican soil, right? As Melanie, you can see on Melanie's shirt there, Cultura Plenera is Puerto Rico and Maryland. So we have a lot of artisans that we also bring to PRD. We also have food vendors that we bring to PRD. And I think it really takes a village to replicate as close as we can the experience in Puerto Rico here in Maryland. So I wanted to make sure that we actually had a shout out to them and thank them, because we couldn't do it without them. I mean, we did what we did with the music, but once they were added with the food and with the art, it just really became something so special that it is just incredible.
Mm-hmm. It does that better.
Okay, all right.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
If you agree, then we can. Do we have some shout outs?
Yeah, we have more people tuning in. Tell your friends. We have Fantasy Deporte, which you did the podcast with them.
Yep.
So very cool. And you know, I mentioned that we have a lot of Boricuas in the DMV area, but we still find people like every day saying like, I didn't know you guys were here. So if you're if you're in the know, do your friends a favor and pass it along.
Right.
Absolutely. You can follow us in Cultura Plenera on Facebook, Instagram, information on our mission and our performances, and also beautiful pictures and videos of our events. I did wanted to give a little shout out to all the dudes that have been shifting around, but I wanted to just say all the love. We're gonna continue this mission. Joelo, Edgardo Roman, Denise, Albita Rivera, Xiomara Rivera, Cristal and Angel, of course. We have Lisette. We have Libe Portalatin, Jose Ocasio. Of course, my favorite family, Carlos. I just want to just send all love, and that we're gonna get together, and this is gonna be all over. And I just wanted to mention them because without them, we can't do everything that we do. And they have been really loyal to the organization, their family, their friends, and they're unconditional. So I really wanted to mention, I'm not sure if I'm missing someone. I don't want to leave anyone behind. I knew that I shouldn't start mentioning
cutting out, so I didn't, you were cutting out, so I'm not sure if you said them, but I'm going to say them again. So Leslie Net,
yes.
Carrusini, JB, Sotomayor, Edwin Maisonet are the ones that I didn't hear. Our musical director, an extremely talented musician who's on the CD, Nikki Lavoy Cajadura, up in New York, that is just pours his heart into Los Ciudad Plena to try to make us better. God bless him.
He pulls us along.
Julia Gutierrez in New York. Josari and Garwin.
Yes.
In DC.
Your favorite.
Yep.
So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. I wanted to say thank you.
Up in New York, de Quinto Sono. So yeah, if we didn't mention you, holler at us, okay? So are we ready to talk about the CD itself?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm so excited. Yes, let's do that. Let's do this.
So the CD, Crystal's gonna bring it up, just got here yesterday.
And it's special shout out to Seth over at Tribe for designing and helping us to, put on our best face.
Yes, it looks really nice. But more important than look nice, it really did something that we truly believe in, right? So at Puerto Rico Distillery, we not only wanted to produce a pitorro that like we know it from back on the island that we love and people look for, are proud of. And even if you don't know anything about pitorro, when you taste it, you love it, right? We also wanted to share a culture. And we know that Cultura Plenera over the last number of years has been doing exactly that. So we just decided to put out this CD, which is a compilation of most of the artists that Cultura Plenera has brought to the DMV to perform at their events.
Yeah, so if you've been able to join us for past lives, then you've probably seen Kili and us talking about his CD, Boricua y
de Mayagüez.
Boricua y de Mayagüez. But not everybody has, the opportunity or the time or resources or whatever to make their own full CD. So what we were thinking is, gathering all these songs that maybe didn't make it to a CD either yet or, whatever, and making sure that, we can still share in their artistry.
Right. And one thing, a little inside behind the scene, Crystal and I selected each song. Either she selected it or I selected it based on things that we truly thought fit within the theme and are important, right? So for
we
example,
went head to head, just like really duking it out.
Absolutely, absolutely. For example, the song that Victor Vélez has on Domitila is a song that he wrote about his grandmother. It's a beautiful bomba. The song that we have, Lero, is one that he wrote about him playing with his father. So Crystal wanted that on there because she's with me, making pitorro, and so on and so forth. We towards the end, we added a song that recently came out in a production that La R put out, Colectivo Volumen 2, which they actually dedicated to the work that Cultura Plenera has been doing, and it really, we believe, sort of put the final stamp on that, because it's a plena that's very lively, and from their perspective, explain how they felt when they came, and we were so happy to see that they felt that way, and we wanted to include it in the CD.
We're taking you on a musical journey here.
Right.
That's exactly what I was thinking right now. I was like, through your explanation, I was just memories came to my mind on those bomba en plena en el museo, those fiestas boricuas, and when I'm in the island, when we're in the island for Sanse as well, it just brought me back to those memories, beautiful memories. This is so awesome. I love it.
So this is really a CD of the best, not only musically, but really good people, amazing people, and practitioners. So we do intend to continue this series, right? We wanted to have the first one with Cultura Plenera because it really is we're paying tribute.
Yeah, it was a logical starting point.
We're paying tribute to all the work that Cultura Plenera has done over many years, to the point where the state of Maryland recognized their contribution, and they were awarded, like I said, the 2019 Heritage Tradition Award.
I mean, no big deal.
Yes.
No big deal.
But we also want to continue. So what we are going to do over the next couple of months is invite these master practitioners, these performers of Bomba en Plena, to join us, so we can go over their song, talk about their experience in the diaspora when they came and visited us, when they come and visit other places. We're going to ask them about their projects, what they have going on, what they've done in the past.
Really break it down.
And we really want to have that conversation, so you get to know them, because again, they really are they really are sort of in the trenches of building that bridge between these traditions in the past and carrying them forward into the future.
So if you notice on the PRD Facebook header or cover photo, we are actually kind of teasing out already that next Saturday, this coming Saturday, same time, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard, we will be joined with La R to continue on and for their song Cuando Yo Canto Una Plena. So yeah, already have that to look forward to. We'll keep on teasing out what's next to come, but you can already get the CD at the distillery.
Online store?
They're amazing.
And it's a CD, so we can mail it anywhere. It's not like the Pitorro, which we can't mail, but...
I think we got to set up our shipping, so I don't want to like set up expectations a little.
Okay.
We have to do some behind the scenes, which of course means that
she's the chief of operations, so whatever she says goes.
You just gave me more homework.
but we have it. So if you want to stop by today and pick it up, it's there. It's going to be there for you, and we're going to have it everywhere we go. Right. Once the cold passes, we're going to start going to farmers markets, and we're going to be there. We're hoping to all get vaccinated And we want to leave some space at the end of this for Cultura Plenera to tell us what they have coming. We hope to be part of that rebirth of community building that Cultura Plenera is going to do.
We're just itching to get back out there.
We are going to have our Pitorro there. We're going to have this our CD there as well. So I'm not sure if there's any questions, but Kriti is going to look down, and we're going to let Melanie tell us a little bit about what we haven't been doing, but we're planning on doing, or we will do.
Yeah. So
exactly.
Your questions in the comments. I'll be Dale.
One thing I wanted to mention, las estrellas de nuestro último Bomba y Plena de Museo, la R, la R, Víctor Vélez, Alex Callejero, Edwin Manzonet, ellos hicieron una canción, ¿verdad? Que de eso van a estar hablando en el próximo live.
Yeah, so we don't know, because they actually have an actual song from their actual last CD. So we are going to have, I think that one might be one where we want to bring all of them together, right? We probably want to bring Alex.
That's going to be amazing.
Right, Alex, Tito, Axel, and Victor for that one, because that one's sort of the one that we put to wrap the bow around the CD.
And I also just got word that we're going to take advantage of the fact that we have feet on the ground in Puerto Rico right now. Xiaomi and Samito are over there, mostly in San Juan, but they're bebopping a little bit while they're working remote from there. So we can send Xiom a bunch of CDs, and if you know her, you can get the hookup that way.
Yep.
So you got the connect.
Thank you, Elvita.
Awesome. What your question, right? What Cultura Plenera has in the mix planning for 2021. So of course we all know that COVID-19 has arrived and has stayed here for a while, hoping that we get past this. But we wanted to make sure we love what we do. We're passionate, but we're even more passionate about keeping safe our families and friends and our followers. So we have taken a strategic pause during the 2020 and to try to see and learn a little bit more on this virus and see how can we safely do some things to engage and to continue to share the wealth of our richness in culture. So basically, we have coming up, we've been working through the 2020 in a beautiful project. I cannot disclose a lot of information on it, but I want to say that it's tributing an amazing individual from Puerto Rico, an artist from Puerto Rico, and we've been producing a lot of good stuff, music and video and all that stuff. And stay tuned, follow us, Cultura Plenera, on Facebook, because we will be in the next couple of months, we'll probably start promoting our virtual event. And then another thing that we're trying to continue is to see how can we do virtual events, and also see in the long run, maybe at the end of the year, do a Bomba en Plena en Museo, but not contactless, right? So we're in the midst of trying to figure out, logistically speaking, how can we do this safely? And we're also strategically waiting at the end of the year to see how things look, because we want to make sure that keep everyone safe, but it will be probably in Sandy Springs. Our favorite people. Shout out to them, to Allison and to Douglas and all the good people over there as well in Sandy Spring, Maryland. So yeah, so there's a few things coming along for 2021. Obviously being safe, and we continue to explore collaborations to be able to disseminate and share the wealth of culture. And of course, we've partnered with PRD in this amazing project. I thank you all so much for these master beautiful minds that are creating these amazing things to sponsor our people over in the island, and a way to utilize our platforms, social media platforms, in a way that enriches everyone and brings a little bit of hope, light, love to our community. I get goosebumps right now. I have like all goosebumps because, you know, we're all passionate about this. We take pride in just like enrich in the enrichment of our culture and being able to share good vibes and just continue to build this community throughout diaspora and Puerto Rico and building relationships. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for what you're doing. Thank you for considering Cultura Plenera in this, in collaborating in this project. I think that it's like, it's a full circle, right? And we do things strategically, thinking on our people, always look into ways to help others. And I think this is such a beautiful thing to wrap up and be able to be something that lives, right? Because music, we're documenting also, and encompassing in that city. So I wanted to say thank you. Stay tuned for this year virtual event. They're not gonna be a lot, but I can assure you that they're gonna be special. They're gonna be high quality. They're gonna be something that you're gonna want to watch it over and over and over again, and it will be there in our social media platforms, recorded for you to indulge in this beauty of what it is, tributing to our elders in Puerto Rico.
Beautiful.
I couldn't have said it any better. Thank you so much. Thank you for keeping the organization sort of plugged in. I don't know, that sounded like a beautiful way to wrap it up.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, and thank you. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that we have some people, culture is knowledge. That's right, Irving Kile saying hi. John Webster tuning in. Carrie Combs showing love. Angela, we'll see you at the distillery later. Much love over there, Isha. So yeah, thank you for tuning in, and there will be plenty more to come while we really dig into what's in here, and what makes Bomba en Plena, what makes Pitorro special, all that good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't wait for the interviews. Come get your CD, so then you can actually ask them questions about the songs and about everything else. So
you don't get opportunities like this every day. So hop on it.
Yeah, before we leave, I wanted to say thank you to the Rivera families, because without your initiative of creating this space, starting with the inner circle and close family, we wouldn't be able to be here today. And I'm here and still in the United States because I met you beautiful people. So I also wanted to say thank you for giving us that opportunity and creating that space for us so we can connect with others and share the love.
Well, thank you for not leaving us.
Yes.
I've been about to. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're having too much fun. We're having too much fun. And we also, as a group, like I think Melanie mentioned earlier, as a group, we also all escape and go back to Puerto Rico, specifically for La Fiesta de la Calle San Sebastián, which I'm really looking forward to next year, because this year we didn't, it was virtual, so we were not able to go.
I've already got withdrawals.
I do. But I mean, I understand, right? So Cultura Plenera, what they do is build community, which means bring people together. And unfortunately, that was the thing that we could not do with the pandemic. So it's completely understandable that there was that pause. But I think I probably speak for a lot of people. We're kind of hungry for it, and we're really looking forward to getting vaccinated. And getting back to the resemblance of normality.
Absolutely. Do you want to take a shot?
Yeah.
Or a shot.
Yeah. Well, let's why don't you serve the shot, Melanie? You can go ahead and serve yourself a shot, because you're getting low down there.
We're going with a tried and true tradicional de abuelo.
And I will put. So we want to bring myself for Ajá Te Lo Dije. So we're not going to put that one. Let's go back to where we actually started. So here
I don't have a shot glass because in this house, I'm in North Carolina, and they don't drink here. I got to bring some PRD shots here.
We're not going to judge if you drink from the bottle.
No, she's classier than that.
Pero ¿qué está pasando, Ángel? ¿Qué lo...
Alvita. All right, cheers, everybody.
Salud.
Salud.
Thank you for joining. Be back next week.
Thank you for inviting me. Love you.
Sí.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Love you.